All right, folks. Should be live. We're back with some speed training. Road to 170. Haven't been quite as consistent as I would have liked to have been with this whole speed training thing. It's a tough, I've talked about it before, but for me it's tough because I want to, one, it's just time, but two, on top of that, which is kind of similar, is I would like to be able to say, like, okay, 3 times a week I want to do this. What's my max? Let the big dog eat. What's up, Commish? 3-1 golf. My max, at least in here, I've had this set up for about a year. I've been, I'd have to look. I went to an indoor simulator place. It had a Unicore, and they sent me a spreadsheet after. I think it was an older Unicore, so you can kind of take it for what it's worth. As far as this, it was like 167 point something. I don't even have an HRG beanie. I don't. I need to buy one of those. The problem is these hats that I have are cheap, and for something like this, I'm going to be profusely sweating. So those HRG beanies are sweet, Seedrum, but they're $15 a pop. And ideally, I need like at least 3, 4, 5 of them, unless I'm doing laundry like every single day kind of thing. I will get one of those though. It took me long enough to get one of those sweatshirts. After about 6 months, I'll get one of the beanies eventually. Anyways, to finish my thought at the beginning, I would like to be more consistent with this because old Commissioner Craig in here has been giving me some motivation because he just keeps creeping up. Before he was sitting at like 172, and then correct me if I'm wrong, Craig, you were like 2 miles an hour quicker. It's like every single time you send a picture, it's like he's gaining like 2 miles an hour a week. So all that to say, ideally what I would like to do is do like schedule 3 times a week speed training. But for something like this, like today I'm going to get after it. And I'm already really sore from working out yesterday. But when you do that, I just like, it means kind of tomorrow is kind of a dud in terms of like trying to play. So it's like you are low on time on like both ends, seemingly, and it's tough to schedule it. But we're going to do a couple. Oh, when I don't click on GSPro, sometimes that goes off. One second, we're coming back. We're coming back. Anyways, we're doing speed training. I was thinking, I don't know if I necessarily failed my initial goal. Initially, I wanted to hit 165, which I did. But the main goal was, I got to unlock it. The main goal was to be, which I guess, I don't know, I kind of did. My main goal was to be cruising by like summertime. I think I said like middle to late summer. I wanted to be cruising like low to mid 160s. I guess I kind of did that. It was usually a touch lower. For the most part, I would say I kind of cruised at 155, like high to mid 150s. And ideally, I would have been able to hit 170 by now, but I had to go back pretty far to find Road to 170, day number 4. Craig hit 174.5. That's crazy. Got to go for the C drum double. 165, 165. Triple double. I have you. I got you on weight. I weigh about 175. So that's kind of what we're going for. I want, I guess, the commish maybe double. I want the 175, 175. What's up, CJ? All right. If you're noticing, Craig, I asked Craig what the heck he's been doing, and he said he does start off by kind of stretching and warming up, taking his time. So you guys rarely see me. I do take my time warming up. Usually I kind of come in and just start hitting balls. I want to get commission on either another video or a stream. And we're going to see what that guy's up to over there for a little Hunt Protocol Part 2. You too, C-Drum. Barely cresting 130. I don't know where my ball speed's leaking. I mean, well, there's a lot of factors, right? CJ, like age, injuries, flexibility, like how tall you are, how fit you are. There's a lot of stuff. Um, Generally, if you feel like, to me, just from reading that message from leaking ball speed, to me, it sounds like you're probably hitting a fade, like a fade or a slice. So you leak a ton coming across it with an open face. You leak ball speed, but mainly you leak distance that way because it's just higher backspin and you're adding, even if you work the ball, or I don't know, work the ball, but if you move the ball even like 10, 15 yards, which isn't even that bad, call it 10 yards one way or the other, you just got to figure if that gets tacked on to the end of it going straight, how much you're going to pick up, especially the side spin and the backspin too. But looser arms, bigger turn. I've tried that. C-Drum, at this point, I think C-Drum kind of just gives up. Probably Flying Fat Kid too. Because they've told me, I've tried all this stuff so many times, and I just can't seemingly either stick with it or get it to work consistently. There's probably like the amount of times that C-Drum's probably told me to like loosen my arms, and the amount of times that Flying Fat Kid has told me to use my legs. They're probably just sick of telling me. But I just seemingly, obviously, I just can't do it that easily. For whatever reason, like I'm trying to focus. If you watch the video today, there's too much of anything, but I get too, I don't know why, I get too locked out and kind of too rigid. Like C-Drum has said it multiple times. Craig, you even said it recently how I'm like too tensed up. That's just, I don't know, the way I swing, I guess. And I feel like when I've tried looser in the past, that I just can't control it. I know for this it's speed training, but it would be different. To me, it's like you still need to speed train, but be able to hit it on the course. Like I could speed train by also doing Happy Gilmore's, but I'm not going to be doing Happy Gilmore on the course. But basically, I've tried looser, but we'll give it another go. I've tried it, and you get those ones that you absolutely spank, but then even that stuff where you're trying to do a driver, it just, whether you want it to or not, it leaks over into other parts. So like it leaks over into like 3-wood and then into irons. And I would say generally speaking, I just hit the ball better and straighter with more consistency, a little bit more, I guess, lack of better terms, more Bryson-like, I guess, in terms of like how he's pretty kind of locked out and rigid. I just feel like it's more repeatable versus I start getting too loose and too bendy and kind of too, yeah, I guess a little more variation in it, and then something like that where my strike, which already isn't great, goes even further downhill. But all that's going to change today when we go loosey-goosey, wide base, use my legs, and we're going to hit some bombs. Struggle with casting and swiping across it. I'm 6'1", 240, driving the ball less than I like. Yeah, so I mean, there's some like pretty easy things. Real, I say easy, but there's probably some pretty low-hanging fruit, CJ, to where if you're 6'1", 240 and you consider yourself even somewhat athletic, there's some pretty easy low-hanging fruit stuff that you can change, and you'll be tacking on a crazy amount of speed. If you're casting and swiping across it, though, watch my, whether you do it that way or not, I think it'll kind of plant the seed. Watch my like the slice video, and I have another one coming tomorrow or the next day. I still have to jump to reach the low-hanging fruit. Watching from the gym. What's up, Toast? Ball striker Bandito says I take the club way too inside on the takeaway, just trying to help. Could be. It also could be the camera's not exactly down the line. The camera is down the line would be right here. I know that's kind of where I'm standing, but in terms of down the line of the ball, it could be deceiving. I know I also do my little trigger thing of going like this, but that's more so coming through. but maybe that's the only way I can come from the inside on the downswing is by taking it on the inside. I do find I'm in a kind of constricted, somewhat smaller space. So with driver, there's no doubt when I hit it better, I have more width. Like Craig talked about that, keeping more arc. I mean, I can try it with irons, but I definitely like doing that. The problem is sometimes I catch the netting back here when I do it, which then just messes with you. But all I have to say, you may be right. I don't know. It could be the camera angle. Maybe I take it too far inside. This one I'll try to keep my hands further out. At felt, I don't know, you tell me, Mr. Bandito, which is a cool name. Ball striker, I think, Bandito. That one I felt like it was more out here. Craig, on average, if you're still in here, Kamish, on average when you're doing these, how fast are you hitting a ball? Are you hitting a ball every 30 seconds? Are you hitting a ball every 2 minutes? What's up, big dog? Not too early today? We're going to try to do some speed training, big dog. Need to take it outside on the takeaway, and the more you feel like it's laid off at the top. I mean, those last couple were about seemingly as far out here as I could feel like I'm taking it. So those had to have at least looked better. Again, I think it's partly the camera is almost kind of behind me, ish. So it is kind of angled, but all right. I mean, we kind of did our stretching. That's a chunky 8-iron, but no time like the present. I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to use the TP5s. I debated bringing out a sleeve of like just regular white, like tailor-made 2-piece distance balls. The problem with that, though, is the ball speed would be fine, which is what we're mainly after, but all the backspin, the side spin, will all be estimated without the dots. So it's like the numbers won't even be close to making sense. I feel like if I'm going to do it, I at least want to see kind of where the ball's going, because it's an added benefit, even when like maybe you're 2 miles an hour slower than where you want to be, but if you hit it really good, it's all right. It's almost like, all right, that wasn't maybe as quick as I wanted to, but it was still a pretty good drive kind of thing. Estimated is just who knows what it did one way or the other. Every minute probably. Okay. Use a swing coach app, really nice, showing you where your positions are. No, I'm not a huge fan of that stuff, CJ. If it works for you, great. I've never had a lesson. C-Drum doing a Discord call with me is probably the closest I've been. Not that I'm against it, I just haven't done it. The whole like the swing plane type of stuff, to me, I get you can like demonstrate it, but I've said it. I remember Danko was saying it. That's kind of the reason why I've been doing this new series of like different feels and thoughts and ideas. Because for me, if you tell me like, oh, I'm too outside on P5 or my wrist flexion is off on P7, that just does nothing for me. So that's just not the way my brain works. I just don't love doing like the breakdown from. Man, this thing's gonna go to sleep again. Why is that doing that? You usually have something running over there. Have the freedom to release it through the ball without it going left. Get the club in a better position. What's up, Celeste? Well, you can tell me here, Bandito. I'm gonna start hitting driver. You can tell me if you got any tips for That seemed like probably more so irons. I know it probably applies to driver too, but today is about my need for speed and trying to close the gap between these absolute bombers out there now. Early, we set the it's one Big Dog's in New Zealand. For anyone wondering, I play with him. He actually messaged me last couple days ago. He's like, "Hey, did your time change?" Our time changed Sunday night, Big Dog. So right now it's 1:15 p.m. Usually it would be an hour off. Record your swing through the app. He'll give you all this cool info. Oh, no, I know what you're talking about, CJ. No, I haven't used that. That is cool, though. I have seen that. I have not done it. Quit my job to do YouTube full time? No. I mean, full time. I'm usually on here. Like yesterday, I didn't stream, but for the most part, it's usually around like 2 hours. It's like 2 hours a day. I just decided to do it now instead of guys play way later on, just because I have the flexibility to do it. When your club head is pointing left of the target at the top, you're on the right track. Man, I mean, that doesn't do a ton for me. Sorry, Bandito. Yeah, some people just field players. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, I'm a weird. I mean, everyone swings different, right? And everyone's brain works different. I'm very analytical with some stuff, but then some stuff where like the swing is just so dynamic and there's so many things to think about. As soon as like you plant that seed of the club face up here, once it gets back here, it's like I don't know what it's doing. I can do like setup stuff. I can do like general swing feels. If you're telling me I need to like have a touch more wrist flexion up here, it's just not going to happen. C-drum. I am a field player. All right. We're going to bunt out these first couple. Kamish says every minute. So I'm going to try. I get in a habit sometimes of going too quick. I do want to kind of work up a sweat here, but I want to try to feel like I'm swinging. These first couple won't, but I want to feel like I'm giving it as much as I can on some of these. I did, though, yesterday. I played during the first half of the Patriots game. I did my league, and I finished the par 3 of Twisted. The first 9 holes, I was just watching the Patriots, so I wasn't aiming. And then the second 9, I started playing a little bit better, but that's basically been the miss. That's just way off the toe. Like I literally hit it like over here. And yesterday, what I started doing is lining up and trying to actively hit it off the heel, and it seemed to help. Tell me about C-drum. Good natural swing, though. I appreciate it, Bandito. I mean, we're trying. I try to fix stuff and get better just by playing. I know I'm not outside, but oh man, that's like off the carbon fiber. How far off the toe that is. If I were a fancy YouTuber, I'd have a custom HRG driving range. Balance is key too. Yeah, I've been trying to work on that. It's a good point, C-Drum. I mean, you're thinking something with like fireworks in the background or what? I have so many things that like I need to either finish or get back around to doing. Speed training being one of them. I got to fix my putting. I never finished the my testing that I was doing. I hit a crap load of balls that one day on the range when you did this C-drum for me, which you were kind enough to do, and then I just never finished it. I think I got through like rough, deep rough, maybe concrete. I still had to do a couple more. I was looking C-drum this morning. I wanted to do that Florida course. I have to go on-course practice, don't I? I want to do that Florida course for my league, but it wasn't out. Golf is not easy. Keeping it simple is good. I 100% agree with that, Bandito. Oh, it was published this morning? Really? I looked at like... What time did I do that? 10, 11 o'clock maybe? Like 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago? And it wasn't up there. So I went with Memorial instead. Which is on the list anyways, but... $155. Uncle Cracker. That song is a jam. All right, that was 292. 154. I got to hit it off the heel. $157.6, 262. I seemingly cannot get through my head how to differentiate between essentially swinging hard and swinging fast. When I try to really step on it, I just like, my grip tightens, I tense up, I try to hit it really hard. And apparently I'm not good at loosey-goosey. That was loosey-goosey. If you're going for raw ball speed, you need a low pull. So you're saying try to hit a pull? $157.9. That was a hook. I didn't pull it, but that was a hook. Try to de-loft it and hit a stinger. I mean, I am up. Craig, what are you doing your commission if you're in here? What's your driver at? What are you doing these at? Lower launch, usually higher ball speed. I mean, that makes sense if he's... spinnier though, right? Like, I don't know. I want the... It's one thing... If I need to hit down on it to get higher ball speed, I don't know if I necessarily want to do that. I want to get higher ball speed with still launching it high. Like... If I'm going to start trying to hit down on it more and it's spinning at like 3,000, I don't know if I necessarily want that just in the sake of 2 miles an hour of ball speed. Triple Diamond said it's standard 9 degrees, I believe. You would spin a 9 degree at 4,000. So I've been tinkering with this thing. Maybe it's a good time to mess with it again. Lately, I've been playing it with. So this is still the QI10 LS, The movable weight is right in the middle. I feel like that makes the head the most stable. Before I had it all the way in the fade setting to eliminate the draw, and it seemed like it was tougher to time up. Maybe I need to change that again too. But I switched out of the Tensai AV Blue, and I went back to the old tried and true Hazardous 60 grams, 6.5, extra stiff. I just felt like when I was stepping on that Tensai a little bit more, even though it's a 75 gram extra stiff, it just kicks a little bit more. So it felt like I was losing. I feel like I swing, whether it's good or bad, more aggressive, and I was kind of losing it back here. Probably when I kind of, I guess, pull down or come over the top. Anyways, we're back to the Hazardous, and it's at 8 degrees, turned up to 10, which driver actually could be part of the ball too. These are the TP5s instead of the Max 5, but I have been hitting driver a little bit better. Launch it 200 feet high. Max 5 Torex. Yeah, I mean, I can try a smaller tee. I'm not opposed to trying this stuff. I feel like, though, I get frustrated. Basically, what I'm doing now, I get frustrated and I start changing 10 different things instead of trying to narrow down which one's which as I'm undoing my driver. But what we're basically going to do here is we're going to like change my driver completely around and maybe even also try a lower tee. And then we'll see if anything. We're going to go back to standard, or we're going to go upright. So it's 8 playing 8 in the upright setting. All right. Try a couple like this, then we'll get out the smaller tees for commish. All right, that one was at least Healy. We're definitely going to hit 160. How much past we get 160, I don't know today, but I guarantee you we'll hit 160. Clubhead speed, I don't know. My best ball speed was 167 in here. My unit doesn't have clubhead speed. When I went to that Unicore place, I don't know. It was an older Unicore. I don't know how accurate that thing was. I had some swings back then when I was literally swinging out of my shoes. I think like low 120s. I don't know where I am. And it changes drastically, just like all these ball speeds. Changes drastically from one swing to another. $156.8, way off the toe again. Being sore from working out probably isn't a good thing. That's why I choose not to work out. Raw power. Well, I mean, the unfortunate part is, for me, not for you guys, the unfortunate part is there's anomalies. I feel like I'm relatively pretty athletic and in pretty good shape. Obviously, I'm not Rory McIlroy, so at a certain point, it's just like, Seajump's not that much taller, but he's a little bit taller. Craig's taller. At a certain point, there's only, I think, like so much I can do, and you guys just have, just because of the way, literally your height and the length of your arms and stuff, you just have, I think, a natural higher ceiling that you can possibly reach. $159. Maybe I need more pumpkin pie. Chin up, Commish. Chin up. $162.2. It's off the planet right. I also feel like, which sounds crazy, I feel like sometimes I don't add enough whip with my wrist at that last second, like that last lever, that real whip. Despite my miss a lot of times being off the planet left, I feel like I don't properly like really load and release my wrists as good as I could. Goddamn right, chin up. Commish. 8-foot ladder to reach a 10-foot ceiling. Spicy meatball. All right. Once my foot slipped, 162.6. You see, when I start swinging hard, my natural swing starts getting way more. I'll start hitting some by the end of this. I'll start hitting some that are out to in. That was only 1.6 into out. As I start swinging harder, I think I come more and more over the top, and I start coming across the ball more. Just took a bath in deer antler spray, 2 shots of whiskey. Ball speed is up to 210. Then my alarm went off and woke up. I got a horse car service. What's up, Whiskey Rich? That's just a block, not over the top. Okay. $161.3, 273. That one I tried to top hand 4-spin. Whiskey Rich. Or 4-handed topspin, rather. Into out, but you're swinging hard enough, your hands aren't holding the face closed as well. I mean, that used to be, right? You see, like, people that start playing, baseball players, whatever. That used to be, I think I probably swing it less now, like not as quick as I used to, but I used to hit it, just swing like out of my shoes, and that would 100% be the case, which is why I've tried so hard to go over to the draw. I would swing so hard, and my hips would fire, that by the time I came through, everything was like this, just wide open, which debatably I should have never changed and just focused on releasing the club better, but that's how we've gotten here. $162.8, 800 backspin. I mean, we're cruising in the 160s at least. I mean, I'm swinging pretty dang hard. Need to stream so I can take pointers from everyone to get better. And then Muscle Memory says, watch his boomerang. I'm telling you, Whiskey Rich. I told you when we did it. I think, literally, even just 10 swings a day. 10 swings a day, what me and Big Dog were saying with that, literally just your right hand. Just doing this and hitting. You were hitting balls with your right hand pretty easy. Just right hand only, like literally 10 swings a day. And you just got to get that. 162, Big Dog. That's been a couple now. All right, 165 for Big Dog. 165. I know Kamish is listening usually to Metallica, he said. Well, close. 164.5. Those last couple, I'm just strengthening my grip. I'm still probably not using my wrist correctly, but I'm just strengthening my grip, so it just naturally wants to come through more like that. Repeat the drill. 110 to 115. I have an average of 114 to 116. Around 160 to 165 ball speed. Yeah. Here's the problem though, 3-1 golf. I mean, I'm getting some of these speeds with it being all over the face. So your smash factor is better. I may be swinging it quicker, but because I'm all over the face, my smash factor, I always say I'm probably like a 1.4, 1.45 smash factor. There's very few that I'm hitting out of the middle. Boom. I mean, not bad. 164.5, we'll definitely take it. Unicore have some wonky clubhead speed. That was also like, that was a while ago. That was 4 years ago, maybe. So a lot's changed in 4 years. A lot of injuries, a lot of different stuff has changed. Played with a guy in the Sim Cup yesterday. He was 185 ball speed. Who? JT Walsh? Who was it? That's cool for those guys because you say that there's very few people that are hitting at 185. They're in like a rare class. All right. For Big Dog, 185. $161. 281 carry though. Keymart lefty. Maybe that's the secret. When you're at 1705. Oh, 175 and up, you're in a different class. 200 is a golf god tier. I mean, yeah, left-handed player. PGA Tour average is 171. If you're anywhere near or above PGA Tour average, you're in a very, very rare class. That is a very few percentage. I know like semi-pro guys can do that, like Korn Ferry guys. Some guys can do that. Some college guys can do it. But the general, for the amount of people that golf in this world, the people that are at or above PGA Tour average is, in my opinion, very, very, very small. $162.4. It's another 281 though. $170 super chat if it reaches 170. All right, Whiskey Rich. I think I'll take the bet, but I think you're safe. Honestly, though, I'm pretty happy for how my body feels. I've had now, that's been the past handful of drives have all been above 160. Yeah, the average club speed. I mean, that's what I'm saying. So I think sometimes, like, even in the grand scheme, very, very, very few people have simulators and like can like see these numbers and stuff. What's senior tour? I don't know, big dog. Look it up. That'd be a good question. I also wonder what like Korn Ferry is or like the average college golfer, but I think we sometimes lose track of the grand scheme of people who are actually playing the game in terms of like the weekend warrior that plays like once, maybe twice a month in the summer, and that's it. There's a ton of those. That's like the majority of golfers, I think. And between like either playing with better guys or watching them on TV or playing with better guys here, I think we almost get kind of skewed to like, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but we all expect like, oh, this guy's doing this, I should be able to do it too, when the vast, vast, vast majority of golfers are something very different. See you, Craig. Clothes restrictive, birthday suit, more aerodynamic. Yeah, I agree, Craig. So your previous chat saying he's loving the speed training, though, just something fun to look forward to, other than just regular golf. Moonball, super high in the face. 157. 3,352 backspin. So here's the problem now. I'm already starting to feel like I'm slowing down. So it's either like I start to get profusely sweaty now. I've been trying to kind of take my time. Maybe this is all that Craig does. And instead of me hitting like 300 balls, I hit less and then just say, okay, I hit 160 a couple times and then just stop for today. Because it doesn't seem like it, but I've been live for... I keep pausing too much in between swings, you're saying? Well, that's what I was asking. Commissioner Craig says he takes about a minute in between. Short fast spells. $159. All right, we're going to hit 5 in a row, big dog, relatively quick. $161.2. Sets to 5 or 10. Yeah, I've done that though, 3-1. The problem is I've done that in the past, and even I was planning on doing that today. You go back, I did road to either 160 or 165. I think it was 160, then I did 165. Now I'm doing this. I haven't done it a ton, but usually that's like hour and a half, 2 hours, 300 balls type of drives things. And although I did see some increase, $162.2. I saw some increase, but seemingly not nearly as much as what Craig has been seeing. Craig's been picking up like 2 miles an hour a week, which is kind of nuts. And it doesn't seem like he's going as crazy. Body reacts to the speed on each one, then rest. All right, this one and then one more, big dog. Woo! 165.5. 165.5. Is he on Cutwaters? I don't think Craig doesn't really drink a ton. He doesn't work out though. He said that. All right. That's the best one so far. Here we go. We're going to go on a little run here. 165.5. Oh, 164.5. That was a little Serena Williams grunt on that one at the end. 289 raw. We want 166. I want one. I mean, I'll take anything above it, honestly. But it was like I was playing with Big Dog on when we were doing our scrambles when it happened. 167 point. It was maybe 2 something. I forget what it was, but 167 is my best. 168 somehow would be awesome. Oh, not on that one. That was way off the toe. All right, one more, then we ramp down for a second. Teach your nervous system must fibers to shoot and act faster. Hard to do. I feel you. You're 100% right. Did the ripstick early spring, 112 to 115. Again, mid to 160s. It was 162.9, was it? My max is 170. Only have it happen one time. Speed training with the quad. What do you... I mean, hey, 170 is 170. I mean, I've only hit one 167 once, but I also before only hit 165 once. So same thing with 160. $162. What I'm really trying to do is the best that I can, try to kind of stay back on it, and then by the time I get to here, try my hardest to step on the gas. I don't know if that's how it looks, but all right, grab a little water, stay loose. This is why speed training's fun, though. I came out with pretty low expectations, and that 165.5 or whatever that just was, that's something I think why Craig likes it so much too. Like kind of like whatever else happens, you say like, okay, I hit 165, like we got better today, kind of thing. You can see more of the progression. Golf is still the same way, and obviously we're golfing, but if you're trying to do that with score, it's just tougher and it takes longer. So it's sometimes with scoring, it's like one step forward, two steps back, three steps forward, two steps back, kind of thing. Speed training, I think, is a little more. You're able to kind of see the fruits of your labor, I guess. There's more kind of instant gratification of like seeing those higher numbers week by week. What's up, crushing it? $163.1, 287 raw carry, 2179 spin with 105 negative. So that's why I like using these TP5s. 163, not necessarily anything to write home about, but the fact that that actually read the spin, and I know that that was essentially a 308 yard. Essentially, it was just a push. It didn't draw back a ton, but kind of just a dead straight ball. Even though that's lower mile an hour than I wanted, those still kind of give you some positive reinforcement and positive energy to keep swinging. When you see something good happen between the number or like the result like that, I think it kind of helps. I have Sim 2's bomb. I just I've had two. I'm assuming you saying your irons or your driver. I've owned two Sim 2 drivers at this point, and when was that? Maybe a month or two ago. I got this QI10 LS. If you can see that, I think my second Sim 2. I got a Sim 2, and then I either cracked or partially cracked the face on it. I called TaylorMade. They sent me. Oh, you have a whole set? Those were me and my dad before I have TaylorMade 770s and 790s. Before I got those, my dad and I had matching sets of Sim 2s. So I had the Sim 2 steel shaft, the stiff flex. I would also bomb those, which are fun to hit, but I thought you were talking about driver. Toei, but it's 162, 279. 160.9. I can already feel my back. Driver as well, stiff shafts and all the clubs. I don't think I'll ever buy another set, really. Well, 161 doesn't seem like 170. I actually still have, I could show you. What is this? This is the pitch and wedge. These are, I guess, I've never touched them really again. I call them my backup set. They're really the ones. They're basically my dad's now at this point. That's the. I don't know if you can see that Sim 2 pitch and wedge with the. What was on here? Max MT. KBS stiff flex 85. Can you see that? 85 grams. I hit 165.5 flying fat kid, but you are in fact correct. 161 is not 170. Nearly 8 a.m. First appointment, 10 minutes. See you, big dog. Thanks for stopping in. Superstitious about your club? You're a baseball player? The only reason, I'll say this. So I had those too, and I like them. You probably absolutely demolish your clubs, and they go forever. You probably hit your clubs like 165 for this one, flying fat kid. My best when I was playing with Big Dog, that was maybe 2 months ago now, maybe even longer. I hit 167 point something. 160. He said 167.9 when I was doing a scramble at Big Dog. So that's my best. In terms of today, I think it was 165.5. But Rick, you probably feel like you can absolutely demolish them, and you probably hit your clubs like 2 to 3 clubs longer. So like you're probably hitting a pitching wedge, and your buddies are hitting like a 7-iron or something. But if you keep getting better at golf, those are not suited necessarily, which is why I changed them. You can look up. I won't bore you with it, but the difference between the cast clubs and the forged clubs, they all essentially do the same thing. But if you get to the point where you play enough and you improve enough, you may want something else. But that could be a while. So, all right, we're gonna go on another little run here and try to ramp up over the next couple swings. Oh man, that was a terrible swing. 153. Your elevation is a problem as well. Pace in Arizona, where the ball flies. Go to Phoenix is way different. Yeah, I mean, that kind of is what it is, though. Elevation. I'm at basically sea level. So I'm at like, I think it's 295 feet above sea level, which is essentially nothing. But we play with a lot of guys here, some guys that are from like Colorado, and they just regularly play literally at like mile high or higher, like 8,000 feet. So it kind of is what it is. Tall on my backswing, short on my downswing. Right about hit level. Start standing back up. All right. That should have been closer because that felt better flying fat kid. 159.9, 278. That should have, at least I felt that. That was more of kind of reminded me of similar to what Bryson said. I don't know. Hopefully that one felt way different just by thinking about that. But that kind of felt like what Bryson says, how you kind of want to feel like you're I forget what he said, like levitating or like kind of you're floating back up here, and then you kind of stomp down here, and then I guess you're saying explode back up. It's a club every shot. I love golf though. 3,800. Yeah. So the cool thing, Rick, I don't know if you're familiar with this. This is called GSPro, but the elevation and the wind and all the stuff they kind of do, for the most part, is the same as real life. So real life or in the game here, up or down, every 1,000 feet of elevation is 2%. So if I were to play where you are at 3,800, I would basically add 8% to every single shot, and that's how you do it. Or rather, take off 8%. If you came down here, you'd have to add. Around Twisted 16, we need to shank all these. What are we playing? You have to stand up, jump, and impact. Could you see? Did that one look any different or no? All right. So I'm trying to do that, and the feeling is those last couple, I'm getting here and I'm trying to stand up, and the club is just going like underneath it. Definitely feels though like I'm doing a bit like just basically that, or at least I'm trying to, kind of just that motion at the very end. I feel like a sky ball may be coming here. Oh, on the face. I don't get how you guys rotate my cankles. I don't get how you guys hit the ball doing that. Stand faster. All right, stand faster. Oh, Toey. Stay behind. $154. I don't know how you hit the ball 160 miles an hour. Adjust your arm. 162. 161.8. All right, to me that feels like a baseball swing. So let's try a couple. Just really trying to hit it like a baseball. Shohei Ohtani here. Oh. Push back with my front foot. I think part of that too, Flying Fat Kid, I was actually, it's kind of funny you say that. I was going through footage. I'm getting close to putting out the video commission, Denko. I was going through that footage, and on some of those swings outside, I think part of it is the limited space. Sometimes outside when I swing, I fall back kind of like this. So like I hit it, I swing, and then I kind of step back like this. The problem is if I try to do that here, I'm back here hitting the net and the tarp, which could be part of it. And so I try to scoot the tee over here as far to the edge of the hitting area as I can to give myself a little bit more space. $162.7, 287 raw. Come on. We're getting a little sweat going. This may be the final run here. Oh boy. I thought that was coming back at me. That was, God, I've said it multiple times. I'm so glad the top of this, so glad the crown of this driver is carbon. That would have been like halfway up the toe in terms of a dummy mark. That was almost not good, folks. All right, final push. What time is it? 2:02. Starting lower on the downswing and then ramp it up, just for giggles. Try starting slower on the downswing and then ramp it up on the way down, just for giggles. That one felt, I mean, it's just such a split second down there. That felt like I tried to pause it just a touch more back here. Not bad. I mean, it was pretty low toe, 160. I don't know why I'm so reluctant to do that. I know I need to pause more, and I'm so reluctant to do it because I just want to hit it so hard. I just like can't get myself to wait that literally fraction of a second. $159. Now we just need to stay back on it. So that's 0.5 out to in. Nope. Center of the face, I know. Story of my life, Flying Fat Kid. Story of my life. Keep my head down. Keep your stupid head down. $163.1, 278. Go figure. You keep your head down and watch the club hit the ball. You hit it a little bit better. Stupid. Trying to look up and see where it goes before I even hit it. All right, now's the time. Now we go. Head down, stay back, pause at the top. $163.4. That one I felt like the club kind of got stuck behind me a little bit. I feel like to about right here. Right here, I could have gave it a little bit more. Same. I think this is back-to-back ball speeds. 163.4. All right, this is the final run. Don't move my head at all. When you pause at the top, sink your legs. Impact, you feel like you're sliding your front foot forward, really hard forward. $278, but it's only 160.5. That one almost felt like trying to go forward flying factor. That was almost like a Scotty, felt like almost a Scotty shuffle. Pause longer. Still 165.5 or whatever it was, Craig, but this is my last. I got like kind of a sweat going here. I think this is my final run. It's a little too cold to kind of warm up and then cool down and then warm up again. So we're probably going to go here for maybe try for about 15 minutes, keeping a sweat going, and then probably call it. You ever do jumping jacks or anything, Craig? Trying to like get your kind of heart rate a little bit. Adrenaline's kind of tough to turn it on, but get your heart rate up a little. Uh, 165.7. All right, these next couple are any means necessary. Hit the ball. 161 off the toe. Come on. Protocol doesn't need jumping jacks. It seems like Craig. He was, when we played outside, he was like, I was like joking. I was like, Craig, you're going to walk? And like, yeah, baby, you're going to walk with us? I'm going to walk 36. And he was like, my goal is to be like under 5,000 steps or whatever he said. It seems like part of the protocol is Craig has absolutely no wasted movements besides swinging the club. No walking, no working out. 70 here Wednesday and Thursday, playing outside both days. Man, that sounds nice. I think those days around here are probably behind us. We'll get one of those like random days that's warm, but that's about it. Pause at the top, pause at the top, pause at the top. Woo! 166.6. It barely got off the ground, but you could round that one up. Don't move my head. No jumping jacks. You guys are giving me, you're telling me the complete opposite. I'm over here getting close to 167. Oh, 165.8. Man, that one felt the best too. I thought that one may have done it. Come on. We're right there. 168. 168. 168. You didn't miss it yet. It feels like we may be there. This is like right in that territory where if I just happen to pause for a fraction of a second longer and get it out of the middle, this could be it. Come on. Dang it. 161.8. We're getting there, C-Drum. That one was one, but you might be a little bit behind. 166.6, I believe it was. Moonball. Harder push on the front foot. I broke my 160.9. I broke my bungee. Well, that may have been it. That little, it always seems to happen like that. You get like that brief second with like a couple minutes where it's a bit higher. That may have been it. Too much power. I really appreciate the advice, Flying Feckin. I know that's what you do and how you really bomb it. I just wish that I could. It's just apparently my brain. Like I know for a fact what you're saying is right. I just read it and say push harder with my front foot. How the frick do I do that? It's like there's some stuff. I think it's just the way. I don't know. I'm not saying not what you're doing. I'm saying the way that I read it and the way that I'm trying to understand it. It's just not like crossing over. The pause, I feel like I can feel the pause. So that like I can work on that. The lower body stuff is just so tough. And I don't know if that's maybe because my knees are jacked up and my ankles are jacked up type of stuff. But all right. Sending drivers. $165.4. This is probably. Is this my first speed training with the QI10? I don't know. This is probably my best stretch in terms of like ball speeds. Like we've had now probably a dozen close to that 165 number. Give it like plus or minus, not too many plus, but like we've had a good amount now, like 162, 163. $163.3. Toe bang 160, but it's flying 280 in the air. That's why I'm using these balls, because although that was a pretty bad swing and it's only 160, seeing the 279 is kind of consolation, saying, all right, it wasn't exactly what we wanted, but it's still halfway decent. Just watching to see how they pick up those balls. I could maybe we'll do a members only, different camera angle for C-Drum and anyone else interested. I will say, I may try a couple. When I feel like I really sway, which not good for the head and all that stuff, but I feel like I can engage my lower body more. If you kind of watch Phil, from what my eye sees, he kind of comes off the ball and kind of squats into it, almost like he forcefully moves his kind of body weight more. Sometimes when I do that, when I kind of feel, same thing with Martin Borgmeyer and those kind of guys, they go really far forward and then come back. So they're getting a ton of sway. I feel like I can almost get more momentum and body weight behind it. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know. But I did that in the past, and I was hitting it pretty good, like a couple years ago, and then I've gotten away from it. But kind of that, like, kind of getting that energy, stored energy moving, I guess. Some science guy talked about in a video I watched a couple months ago. .284, 161. That may have been it. Still sweating, but heart rate's coming back down. I think one thing I said, though, Craig, if you're still watching when you were away, one thing that I like, I was just about to say it, and I think the reason why you like it so much too is, yeah, I didn't hit 170, but I hit some really good ones. So you leave this saying, okay, today, like, we improved, we got better, that was positive. Sometimes you play golf, that's just not the case. So I think there's more instant gratification. You can see more linear of getting faster and faster, which is fun. Because, like, if I just stopped swinging now, I'd be pretty happy with what I did. I think that's part of it. Super high on the face. What's up, Shad? Heck yeah, great session. I'm sweating pretty good, but you know that kind of feeling when you're starting to sweat and then it's cold outside, your body's kind of cooling down. I can feel like I kind of ramped up there now. So I don't want to go too crazy. I may do the, we'll give it a couple more. I may do the twisted pitch and putt as a cool down here. .160. I'll have to go back and look. It was 166. Was that right? 166.6 was the best. That's not far off from my 167 point whatever it was. We'll see. Maybe I won't play a whole lot this week. Maybe this week we'll just do speed training 3 days a week. Maybe I'll come back. Maybe I'll take tomorrow off. Wednesday, speed training. Friday, speed training. I'll play a big dog on Saturday, but maybe we just do speed training and not do a ton of league or tour stuff. Hang in there. 160 is pretty good. Appreciate it, Flying Fat Kid. Like I said, I really appreciate the advice. I feel like maybe if we were like in person, or maybe, yeah, it'd probably have to be in person. You would like be able to like demonstrate or maybe see what I'm doing or not doing easier. It's just so tough for whatever reason, the disconnect between what my upper body needs to be doing and my lower body around the same time. I don't know why I can't feel that. I think I do some of it. It's just probably not enough. I don't know why I can't necessarily feel that, but slower on the downswing than explode. This is exactly what you're doing this past week. It was great. Can you recap what you worked on feeling? Discord call with Commissioner and me. Well, I asked Commish. Maybe we could all do it. I asked Commish, and maybe we'll do it separate. But I wanted to either do a video or a live stream, kind of a part 2 of what me and Commish did. And I want to see. I was mainly like, you say, okay, do speed training for this amount of time. But I was wondering, like, okay, how fast is he hitting these? How much is he stretching? Not how fast, but like how quickly is he hitting a ball? Is it one every 10 seconds? Is it one every 30 seconds? One every 4 minutes kind of thing? So what I want to do is kind of record or stream commish if he'll be kind enough to do it. Kind of his, like, literally as he's getting ready to start, from start to end, warm up, stretching, hitting balls, speed training, cool down if he does anything. And I feel like people would, because clearly it's working really well for Craig. I think people would be able to benefit and maybe model some of what they want to do after. Crushing it, I didn't really have, there was a bunch of stuff. There wasn't anything particular. I would say probably today, the best feeling was giving myself a little bit more of that pause. Just try to pause longer. I feel like was probably the most impactful. There wasn't anything specific, though, that I came out saying, I really want to do this. I kind of took different advice and swung differently throughout it. So there wasn't anything specific, but I think anyone out there could probably benefit at the top of your backswing. Feel like you're pausing. It's going to feel like eternity. It's a fraction of a second, but if you can, feel that pause and drop. That was probably what led to, yeah, we're pretty much cooled down now. So this would be, I guess, more of a cruising, I'm on the first tee, maybe fairway finder type swing. I mean, it didn't draw, but that's 159.9, 287. You're a little closer to the ball. I mean, we can try it. I'm worried I won't be able to hit it, but that would also coincide with what Flying Fat Kid said earlier in terms of if I'm standing closer, it would force me to, one, this looks way too high, which could be part of it. If I stand here, it would force me to keep the width, and then kind of what Flying Fat Kid was saying was width here, and then kind of be more compact here. In order to hit the ball standing closer, I kind of have to be. This just seems way too close. So I'm back here. Oh, we never tried the shorter tee, did we, Craig? We can try it. I'm kind of, unfortunately, that wasn't like peak. Give it a try there. But we can try a couple short tee. You tell me. I got a bag full of all different ones. Well, this is the that's the tallest one it comes with. Whatever that is got to be very close to, if not just under, the legal limit in terms of height. That's pretty tall. I think, honestly, Craig, you're on the extreme end. We could probably find a happy middle ground between me and you. You could probably benefit from teeing it a bit higher, and I may benefit from teeing it a bit lower. So, I don't know if you can see this. We're going from that to that. Maybe quarter of an inch, half an inch. Two and a quarter is perfect. Yeah, maybe close. It's about, we could ask C-Drum, he may know. He would have a better reference for about 2 inches maybe, but that looks about 2 inches. You got your K2s yesterday? Trying to remember what I was using. Number and the K2. Number 6. All right, we'll try a couple lower tee. Maybe standing a bit closer. So what is this going to do? I'm used to having it up here. In theory, this is going to be, should be much lower on the face, because if I'm swinging up, I'm going to be catching it very, very low in the face if all things are equal, right? And then the worry is for you guys, raising it up, you're going to sky it. Dude, this is huge, first of all. Just checking if you're still listening, C-Drum. Just checking. Just checking. All right, a little bit closer. Another thing C-Drum has also mentioned before. I'm just if you guys can't tell, I'm just hopeless. I'm a lost cause in terms of We're circling around for like. I mean, that was 162. That was pretty low in the face. We're just circling around to advice that you guys have given me like 9 months ago, and it's like the third time now that I'm trying it. Like, oh, stand closer. Feel more of a pause. And then something will work until it doesn't work, and then we'll be back in the same spot 4 months from now, is my prediction. Use more of your legs. All right, where did that shorter one go? Don't think about ball height. Hit 3 woods, 160 off the ground. I think the only reason why I got it, I'm just so used to it at this point. The only reason why I started doing it is that just because I say in my head, okay, what are long drivers using? They're teeing it up a ton. Then you see other information saying tee it high, hit up on it more, it goes further. So I say, okay, I want to hit it further. Let's use a taller tee. And over the years, I've just gotten so used to having it that high. That's just kind of where now my brain and body says, okay, this is just normal. So it's never been one of those things where like I'm married to it. It's just kind of what I've done, so I just keep doing it. Put a string on it. Yeah, I could do that. Hashtag I'm not a long driver. I'm trying to be. My point is, whatever those guys are doing, if I'm gonna try to model my swing and parts of my swing and like the setup and what they're using kind of stuff, I know I'm not using a 48-inch driver either, but I'm gonna model it off of those guys if I can take bits and pieces from it. But that's essentially where it came from. This isn't too low though. This is probably even taller than what Craig uses. Craig's like, he's like when Tiger did like that stinger video, he's like, I'm gonna T1 low and kind of squeeze it out there. That's how low Craig's doing it. At least that's what he did when me and Danko played with him. $158. So what am I hitting up on these? I'm hitting up on it 4.8 instead of like 6. I mean, I don't hate this. Flexibility. Yeah, that's great for you, flying fact. You probably feel so good after doing it too. I'll tell you what I did yesterday for the first time flying fat kid. I hung on the pull-up bar. I didn't time myself, but maybe 40, 45 seconds. Maybe. I may start doing that. Try to beat you 2 minutes. $159, 285, baby draw, 5.3 up. Huh. I don't hate it. So I guess for reference, where are you guys? You should be able to see the difference, I guess. I guess it's not that much. That's the old versus the new. I don't know if you can tell. You want me to go even lower? It's probably about half a ball lower, maybe. $161. All right, maybe we have one more go here. Go to the chiropractor every 2 weeks. Hit my family deductible in February this year. My health insurance. Maxing the free visits. I always knew Craig. I think Craig's a crack addict. I've been to a chiropractor. I got one. They were. I think I got it on Groupon. It was like a three. It was a 3 session thing. It was pretty cheap. It was probably 6, 7 years ago, and I went. I either went once or twice, and it felt really good after. I felt nice and loosey goosey. But honestly, whatever they did to my neck to kind of pop it, I feel like it's never quite been the same since. So I'm a little worried to go back. I think it's one of those things where if you go, you got to kind of keep going. If not, you can get pretty cracked out. Crack kills. I was thinking too. I don't know if you guys necessarily care. I was gonna come out. I think I was debating doing it last night. I think I may whack down my beard. I think I may do that after. I think I may do a little trimmy trim, maybe about half gone tomorrow or the next time I go live. But should be more aerodynamic maybe. I mean, could just be because I hit so many before, but I don't hate these numbers with the slightly shorter tee. Still at home from the gym, starting my new program tomorrow. Stretching, plyometrics, and bands. I like bands. I've been mixing in some more resistance bands instead of like yesterday, for example. Just did some like rows for back with some of the bands. I like using some of the bands just to mix up the dumbbells sometimes. I was trying to stand a little closer. I don't know. I mean, realistically, you can hit the ball. If you can hit the ball, you can hit the ball. You may feel more comfortable with one thing, but like if someone just gave me a random driver, I could still hit the ball. I kind of feel the same way about the tee. There probably is some data there for optimum tee height, but everyone's swings are different, so we can try going one lower. Seem to be, though, a little better straight consistency in terms of where I'm hitting it on the face a touch lower. Could be something to that. I mean, I could keep going, but I think what I'm going to do is see what the pitch and putt distance for the holes look like. It may just... Oh, the stupid putting, though. Putting takes so long. If these are short, though, we can do it. If they're like 30-yard holes... RTJ Grand National. Man, I am kind of sweaty under this, though. Don't be long, don't be long, don't be long. All right. Guess it's not too bad. We'll do it. All right. Sorry, the the mic was literally. I'm sweating underneath this, so the mic was like all covered in. It was just wet with sweat. That's probably not great for it. What's up, Hoosier? We just finished some speed training. Honestly, went pretty decent. 166.6 was the best one of the day, but we had a lot in there. It was probably, I don't know, at least probably 2, 3 dozen, maybe even, I don't know how many we hit there, but there was probably a few dozen over 160. There was probably a dozen or so around like 163 to 165-ish, and 166.6 was the best. D-Let says, played it before Joe in the pins this morning, 3,600 pitch and putt. He has it fixed. It was wrong. You played 3,600. What am I playing? Last week was long. Yeah, so it's half that. I wonder, was last week wrong too? Because I played that last week and they were like longer than the par threes. Because I remember I wanted to do it to warm up, and this is 180, and it wasn't much of a warm up. Which, no, I'm not blaming Joe. Joe's got so much stuff that he does. It's honestly crazy that he's able to schedule stuff like he does. I'm pretty sure he also runs, which is why he's doing this. He runs the entire designer only club too. So he's messing not only with twisted sticks, which he does a ton of stuff. He's basically doing that. He's doing that double every week. We're gonna go back to the max flies. No use. Save the TP5s for drivers. Sure, the better for these. Yeah, I mean, ideally, I just wanted this to cool down. Ideally, I want like 30 yards, like top of the rock when we did it for Judd's. How like even there was one that was a putt. The putt is what it is, but like I want 20, 30 yard, like at the most, like 50 to 75 type of warm up shots. Ideally, if that's what you're doing it for. All right. Oh, 75-ish. 73. Get a bounce. Get a bounce. All right. Anyone out there that was talking about the laser or the overhead projection? I'm going to putt no laser. We'll see how we do. Caw-caw. 105. Probably hit this. Man, Joe went 10 under. Something TV. Apologies. Said hi. Good shot. Appreciate it. I don't know how to say your name, so I'm gonna say TV because I think that's part of it. I appreciate it. It's gotta sit. Somehow spin. Somehow spin. Tony playing 19. If I was better at YouTube, I'd do a poll on the flyer. Oh, maybe I can do it. Oh, I don't even need to. I was just thinking how by the time I'm done with this, it's like almost going to be dark. Daylight savings sucks. I like the extra hour of sleep, but generally speaking, I know people that early in the morning, they do it for, it was originally for farming, but like kids at bus stops and all that kind of stuff. But pulley pull. I think they should do away with daylight savings. Give us the most amount of daylight possible when the most amount of people are up. $80-ish. $89. How's that go that far? Hit it good. Usually that 56 doesn't go that far. I mean, so far downhill, you just got to get this thing started. One under through 3. Got some work to do if we're going to catch Joe at 10. No aim, no laser. Up to about 108. We probably want this to be about 103. Hit it good, but it's too much. Dunk it. No aiming besides the putting. Pushed it. Stop. Oh, no. Left edge-ish. Left center. I had a little too much juice on it, but it went in. 109. Maybe? Nope. Is there elevation here? 700 feet. Thought that was going to be a good number. Well, let's try that 56 again. Let's see what happens. See if we can get it up to 96. We need it to be about 91. $89, but it's going right. Temp there, 40s. The mornings have been mid to high 30s. Like the same shot again. Like a full 56. Short. I don't know why I swung so easy at that. I got to step on the 56 pretty good to get it up to that 89 number. That was way too easy. Now we got a fun putt. It's up 55 feet. Maybe. I don't know if it's even close to hard enough. Nope. Maybe what we'll do this week is we'll do alternating days. Driver speed training, driver putter training. Driver speed training, driver putter training. Same here, no snow yet. 45 now, high 20s in the morning. Did you guys see any of you guys out there use YouTube TV? I guess there's been a feud going on for the past like 3 days or something where there's like some kind of negotiation going on with YouTube TV and ESPN. So I looked earlier, I turned it on, I was going to put ESPN on in the background, and it wasn't there. I was like, what the heck? Am I going crazy? I had to search for it. Nothing came up, and then I Googled it, and they are saying it's still possible by game time, but the game may not be televised tonight, which I don't know how, or I guess just televised for everyone else besides YouTube TV. That sucks. 49ers Pats Super Bowl. Pats are looking good, man. Pats are looking good. Sloppy game. I don't even know. Like, I would debatably say we didn't deserve to win that game yesterday, but I'm glad we did. It was a sloppy win, but a sloppy win is still a win. 112 up to 113, so like 108-ish. 108. I think I towed it, though, too much. We'll try it. I don't know. This thing, if I miss this, if this misses on the low side, that thing could run off, but sit. Commish back in the chat. Sent me a video of speed training the other day. Man, I'm getting hungry. It's just, I don't know why, Commish, it's not loading. It says sent via iCloud updating one video. It's just like it's spinning and I can't see it. Caw. 100 through 9. 75-ish. Oh boy. I sculled it. Maybe. Nope. Well, I will say, if you want to work on your like 85-ish yard shots, there's a lot of them here. God, pushed it. That's lucky. Putter's not been there. Honestly, I think part of it is because just I get almost, my eyes play tricks on me in the sim. I feel like I either need to spend a little time on that putting mat or somehow getting back outside, hitting some putts outside, just seeing the ball roll. 98. Try to hit a hard 56 again. Go. Go. Those are the putts that have just been killing me lately. Like, that finished over a foot past the hole. It was dead straight. And to give it that much more outside the cup on something like that for that much pace, it's just like I can't wrap my mind around it, which is frustrating. Just not seeing the line. Maybe I gotta try Stice Point. 64, probably like 49. 52. Get down. Maxfly. I was hitting the TP5 just because they're firmer. I don't think there's Maybe a flying fat kid did it. Like if you're hitting it, I don't know where the threshold is. These balls are too soft though to do speed training. I don't think I would have got 166 out of these. I could try them one day, but when I even get close to like 160-ish, you can feel these things like pancake on the driver face, which if you're lower than that, you're actually going to compress it more and pick up speed. So that's why I think I really like them for irons in like the middle of the bag. It's just if you're like I've always been saying, if you're a high spin player, you're not going to like them for wedges, and if you're over, call it 155, 160 ball speed, you probably won't love them for driver. Although they do go straighter, it's just you're over compressing the ball and you're losing distance. 7 feet. It's another one I'll probably misread, but comes back a little at the end. Whew. Well, for something like this, even if I would be able to score better with the TP5s, to put a bunch of wear and tear hitting like fuller wedge shots with a TP5 that are $5 a ball, I mean, I don't know. Like I'm still getting reps in. It's just the balls I think carry about the same or close to it. Like a 50-yard shot still feels about the same. It's just it spins more with the other one. So it's like I'm still getting reps in. It's just maybe not reacting if I played something else on course possibly, but I'm gonna try next time I play outside. I'm gonna bring these max flies and see how they are. Whoa, little collider there. I don't know about that. That felt pretty good for only 120. I thought that was gonna be closer to 130. All right, this thing is snapping at the end. Trim the video. Hey, how much the TV5 curves? I'm scared of the launch on the max file on my 8-foot screen. Yeah, well, I mean, unfortunately, toast. Not too many. I'm sure there's other stuff that you can get to work, but like I was saying throughout it, if it only works 50% of the time or even 75% of the time, it doesn't really work. Like you can't play something on either a tour or like online with someone and your ball only reads side spin 75% of the time. The other 25% just goes dead straight on the start line. I mean, yeah, you can use it, you can practice with them, but to play something or like against someone or for like a course record kind of thing, I don't know. I'm sure there's probably some like record type of stuff and people with rounds on tour that have it. I feel like you're not getting the most out of your launch ball and you're cheating yourself, regardless of if you're scoring better than other people or not. But pitch plus one of my favorite each week. I do like it too. I haven't done stroke in a while. I'll probably stick to more auto putt, par three, in this, and then when FFK has time, do the old scramble. Stroke, I don't know. especially on a week like this where if I actually try to do speed training a couple times, I like playing when I feel like I'm playing. I like playing when I feel like I'm going to go out and I can swing hard and try to play my best. I don't do well when I say, oh, I'm like tired and I'm just going to get through this. I don't play. I'm like checked out. So I don't do well with that. It's either going to be like I'm playing and I'm playing to win and I'm playing to play like as best as I can, or it's like, I don't know, the in between like swings are just kind of like that one. You get into bad habits, and it just becomes frustrating when you're used to hitting it one way, and then you're like kind of playing completely different. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but now we're in the deep rough. 20-ish maybe. 15. Yeah, Joe Strong's 10 under. Joe's a baller. I mean, that's a pretty dang good score. $65-ish. Not bad though. I would say I got better today. Speed training was good. That was all. It's 3:01, so I've been live exactly 2 hours, and I've got 2 holes left, so this will be done pretty quick. Feel like a pretty worthwhile, got better, feel good about things type of day. 166.6. Driver was good. Doing a little bit of wedge work, which overall haven't hit it terrible, but I think that's what it's all about. Oh, wow, that is way too far for a 60. Oh, that's because it wasn't a 60. That was a 56. That was supposed to be the same swing with a 60. Besides club selection, I feel like I got better, but I feel like that's what it's about. Coming out, whatever you're doing, the tours, the leagues, whatever, just feel like, or at least try to, what I try to feel like is if you got 1% better and you at least did something in the right direction, not just kind of spinning the wheel. What's up, Jason? Still committed to the max fly tri fly? I guess. I don't know. Hopefully I didn't come across. I tried to preface it by saying like I'm just trying them out and that's what I'm going to. Committed? I don't know. It's like I just did speed training for about hour and a half and I used the TP5s because they were firmer. It's not like you have to be one way or the other. I mean, you could buy both. Personally, for me, I bought a bunch of these max flies, so I'm going to use them for a while. And for me, they're good. So I'm still using them. I'm not that you're saying it, but I feel like some people out there, they think and they see stuff and it's either going to be like good or bad, yes or no, black or white, one or the other. I mean, you can use both. I think they're honestly, if I had to pick one or the other blindfolded, I would pick the tri-fly in the middle of the bag. So like 3-wood, hybrid, all your irons up to about pitching wedge. Then I would probably go TP5 for wedges and putting and then driver. I like how straight they are with driver, but for me, I was just saying up towards 155, 160 mile an hour on ball speed, you start to feel the ball kind of feel like a pancake on the face, which work productivity has been low today. The pancake on the face means that I'm just over compressing it. So if you're below about 155, I would say yes with driver. If you're above that, you're probably losing a little bit, and I would say TP5. And I mean, obviously price, which is the main thing for me, and they work with the square. Price being $1 a ball versus $5 is for me, a pretty massive consideration. And those little chip shots, if you're gonna do those little use the pitch balls going into the green. Those little wedge shots, just because they launch higher and they pop up off the club, those little like flop shots out of bunkers, I would definitely use these. They spin up the screen. So Toast was saying he only has an 8-foot screen. He's worried about having the balls go haywire. That definitely happens, which is a downside, but there's trade-offs, good and bad. I think overall, there's a lot of good things about the tri-fly. All right, final shot. 114 up to 118. We want about 113, 110. The ball would stop rolling. Oh, I left it out to the right. They also, if you're trying to work the ball, that one I was trying to draw and it didn't come back. The tri-flies stay straighter. So if you're trying to hit the ball straighter and you're a little bit wayward in terms of slice and hook and stuff, tri-fly 100%. If you're good enough to be working the ball and you need like a 10-yard draw instead of a 5-yard draw, maybe not. Just because they fly. They do actually do what they say and they fly straighter. I think maybe though this week, Jason, I was saying that last week. I think I've used them for now a good enough amount of time where I can do kind of like what I just did there, a little more comprehensive trade-offs between the two. Maybe I'll do that this week. Because it's one thing you use it for one time or a day, and then you give like all these groundbreaking thoughts on it. But like I'm using them now to the point where the covers are starting, like the gloss is getting a little bit more worn off. So like they react a little bit different, even just doing that. But yes, generally speaking, for the average Square user out there, I would say for about 75% of Square users, I would say for $1 versus $5, get the Max Flies. There you have it, folks. 3 under, 51 with no aiming besides putting after speed training. 13 pars, 4 birdies, 1 bogey. 13 out of 18 degrees regulation, 30 minutes. That's going to do it for me. Any final comments, questions, or concerns? I'm going to leave this tee over here, Kamish, if you're watching. I'll try that out next time. I have the taller ones that I usually use over there. Maybe next time we'll just try hitting those, the smaller ones, see what happens. But I'm going to close out of this just to make sure it saves and continue on with my day. Arms. I got buys, tries, and cabs later on. Probably work out in about 2 hours maybe, which compared to 2 days ago being chest, shoulders, and quads, and then yesterday being back and hamstrings, today sounds pretty good. But appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm out of here. Catch you on the next one.